What's going on, guys? It's NaShayeJ, and you're tuned in into the very first episode of Kingin with NaShayeJ. And on this episode, I have here with me a very, very special guest. He's all over the city making moves. He's in with the in crowd of the comedians, and he's just someone who you're going to see on your screen more often. Everybody, let's welcome comedian Detroit Reid. Definitely, bro. You were talking about stealing jokes. I want to talk about imitation. Because I look at it as like you finding your identity, kind of like how you say you was just stepping into the comedy, you know, the comedy scene. It's kind of like you was trying to find your identity, and a lot of comedians go through that stage where they steal jokes or they, you know, move like different comedians and things like that. So imitation sounds very common, but I think it's better to put it as finding your identity, because you see all these people and it's like, who do I want to be? You know, what jokes do I want to have? So how did you come around to just being yourself? You came up with the comedy is pain, but how did you come around to just being yourself, to just saying, okay, I like this comedian, but I don't want to be like this comedian?
Oh, for sure. I mean, because like, when I tell anybody, I don't care what nobody say. I had to learn that myself. Everybody's going to imitate somebody for a bit. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's a reason why I wanted to start doing comedy. It's because, you know, like I said, growing up, my mom used to just wake me up just to like look at BET Comedy View, like LaVille Crawford on TV.
And you worked with LaVille Crawford.
Yeah, I worked
that's
why
dope.
That was dope, you know, because you never know that you was gonna do this ever. So it's just like, she's waking me up to go watch it. So you know what I'm saying? So you gonna imitate somebody. Like when you playing basketball, what you shooting it, I shoot the trash can. Kobe, I wanna be like Kobe. Michael Jordan. So you gonna look up somebody. But the thing is, once you start, you know, so you start create your own avenue, and you start to actually learn the game. Because when you, like I tell everybody, you just gotta really learn what you're doing. And then you learn to be yourself. It's like can't nobody touch that. It's unmatched. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can't nobody do what you do. Only you live that life, nobody else.
That was perfect, because I watched some of your comedy shows on YouTube, and you was just being yourself. And I seen like you did one like at 24 years old, and then you did one at 26, and you was still the same person. Like you didn't switch up or anything like that. You literally found your niche, and you did.
It's actually funny, because that one when I had the shorts when I was 24, I think
with the white shirt on.
Yeah, I had the white shirt on. It was crazy. I think I left the gym clothes because I said I did a show. I got a little arrogant. I started getting funny, and I started selling tickets and making a little money from coming when I first started. So I was just, you know, I wasn't humble enough, so I just was feeling a little cocky, like, oh, I had this. And then I did my first show that I actually did bad. So when I did bad, it made me go to the drawing board, like, okay, let me go on. Let me switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking about, oh, I gotta put this outfit on, I gotta do this. I gotta really just focus on being funny and doing comedy. So that time, I didn't care about what I had on. So I came in there strictly just to tell jokes like this. Tonight I'm doing all comedy. I was really mad for real, but I came out with everything. I told the world everything. Like it's just like, and that's when I started being me. I learned being me was the funniest person I could be. So once I started doing that, it was just like everything took off.
People love you a lot more when you just be yourself. People do. They love you a lot more. The power of social media, followers, is kind of what's
okay. No kind. Followers is what you got to have.
To get to a certain level of where you're trying to go. So how did you accumulate, what you got, 17?
Yeah, 17.
How did you accumulate all those followers on your
Like I said, like go back earlier when we was talking about network. Like I tell, and it was so crazy. A lady comedian told me this a long time ago. And I always stuck with it. That's some more advice that she gave me. And it stuck with me ever since then. I don't know why I thought about that, but yeah, this one was the best one too. Cause she always said, always post. I ain't understand it then. And this was, I've been doing comedy 6 years. This had to be 4 or 5 years ago. And she always told me, always post. And that's when like, it's like the height of social media was just finna get there. You know what I'm saying? So when she told me that, I ain't understand it, but I always post anyway. Cause like say for instance, oh, you got homeboys and friends. Oh, you always posting. You always doing this. I ain't no social media guy. They not social media guys. They not no social media girls. So if you like social media, do it. Like it go back to what we were saying. Do what you love to do. If that's what you like to do, you like to be on Snapchat, you like to take pictures, you like to post. where you at and stuff like that, that's what you like to do. You can't go off nobody else. But when she said always post, that's what got me my follow out, because people love to see you working. Like, you know what I'm saying, you got the camera guy, you know what I'm saying, you got, he a rapper, you know what I'm saying, so folks want to see that. So in order to get booked, like nowadays, if you know, if you don't have the followers, sometimes you gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up and like, okay, let me post on here, let me post on. Sometimes, even if I ain't telling jokes somewhere, I just post that I'm there. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh yeah, he all, because they're so used to me working. Yeah, they so used to me working. They like, oh he on stage, and I ain't even get on stage. You know what I'm saying? Because folks want to see that.
Right.
They want to act like, they want to visualize like they're there with you. So when it's like when they're there with you, now they gonna book you because they're like, oh yeah, he working. I like him. He with this. He with DC. He with this person. He with Michael Blackson. He with Mike Epps. You know what I'm saying? So when they see all that, okay, he really love what he doing. I want him. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it works. That social media is big.
It's definitely the key to success right now. Alright guys, I'm NaShayeJ, and that wraps up the very first episode of Kingin' It with NaShayeJ. You guys have a great night. I'm kicking it with Reid. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate it.
I don't got my slugs in though.
Dude.
What I mean?
Yeah. I wish it was live. Yeah. Hey! I'm the only nigga moving it, you niggas patty cake. I'm the only nigga proving it. Uncle Luke with my hooligan to bring the truth in it. The game is loosening it, I can't loosen it. The proof is this. Trying to get up on my checklist. If I beat that ass, then I bet I beat sexy. If I beat the case, then I bet I do it sexy. If I make a flip, then I bet I make it sexy. Make it flip again, then I bet I reinvest it. I got big fish, all in my perspectives. Ayy, OG calling me impressive. Ayy, tell my nigga vision, put the bass on skates like Yaaah. Ran my feet. I'm on versus clear, couple thousand every week. Remember the niggas used to buy them EBTs out the street. Now niggas still buy them EBTs out the street. So I don't forget how a nigga used to eat. Every time I see a mirror film, I bet I see a king. Every day I live, man, I gotta keep it G. Cause I know I'm gonna go down as the realest at the east. Like, hop up out the whip and make the ground shake. Ayy, 300,000 with a pound cake. 99 problems, but the click ain't one. I got 99 problems, but a flip ain't one. Hey, I bet I get some money, cause my stank ain't one. And the folk can't get no bread, then that ain't what I want. I just take my time with it, take my time, never stress. And pull up on it heavy with the nation on my chest. On the tell that love to keep the money in the fam. But your baby mama steady calling, tell her leave me alone, nigga damn. I don't mess with kids cause I'm grown, nigga damn. I just be at home with my own, nigga damn. And my brother got 300 with the chrome, nigga damn. Baby, we lit 2020, I'm strong, nigga damn. We was up late, why you niggas on the slab? We was winning the game, why you niggas pay the rap like ran on my feet. I'm on versus clear, couple thousand every week. Remember niggas used to buy the EBT out the street. Now niggas still buy the EBT out the street. So I don't forget how a nigga used to eat. Every time I see a mirror, fam, I bet I see a king. Every day I live, boy, I gotta keep it G. Cause I know I'm gonna go down as the realest out the east. Like, let's go. I'm on versus clear, couple thousand every week. Remember niggas used to buy the EBT out the street. Now niggas still buy the EBT out the street. So I don't forget how a nigga used to eat. Every time I see a mirror, fam, I bet I see a king. Every day I live, boy, I gotta keep it G. Cause I know I'm gonna go down as the realest out the east. Like, what's up? Yeah. Hey, shout out to the king. Oh, shit.